This is probably a dumb idea. I'm going to try and record a full 36-week season with the NASCAR Cup Series. Starting off with Daytona, obviously. Because, well, that's where they fucking start at in real life. You didn't really miss much. I literally am just starting my qualifying lap. So, 48.939. And if you can't tell, I'm racing it as Carson Hocevar. Gonna see if I can maybe win a championship with Hocevar. I do not know how this is going to go, especially with road courses. But those races will. I guess we're still recording, right? I'm kind of losing focus here. Anyway, those races might be 13% length. All oval races will be 25%. But road course races will probably be a little bit shorter because I kind of suck at them. Oh, we're on the pole. Cool. I need to up the difficulty for these ovals, I think.
Second round, make it count.
Here. Need to back up a little. There we go. 48.913. Well, that's going to be easy. How many laps do we have? 37. Okay. So this one will be longer because we do have qualifying, a duel, and then the Daytona 500 itself. So there will be a little bit more to this one than to the other episodes of this series. And this is a full 36-week season, like I said. So all-star race, all that included. All road courses, playoffs, all that good bullshit. What kind of sucks is you can't make your own custom schedule in NASCAR 25, but it is what it is. I figured, Carson's throwing pretty good lately. I want to see if we can win a championship with him. Ovals are really where I'm going to have to be really good, because road courses I'm going to really suck. Especially at Coda and probably even Charlotte, the Roval. I just realized we're going to have to do 100 laps at Charlotte for the oval race. It's going to be a long race. But it's alright. Wow. I think we went even quicker that lap. So yeah. Logano second. Okay. By almost half a second. Let's give you a little bit of a full field rundown here. There's your top 10. 20th, or 11th through 20th. 21st through 30th. And 31st through 40th. Gailey, almost a second and a half off the pace. Gotta love it. Alright, and then we head to the Daytona duels. 15 laps here at Daytona. Or here for these. Why do I keep saying the name of the track? We already know where we're fucking at. You dumbass. We will not have to worry about tire or fuel or anything for this one. I'm gonna bring this up. Do I have stages on? I don't remember if I turned off stages or not. We're gonna find out, I guess, in the actual 500 or in the actual race. If I don't have stages, it'll probably be on. I'm gonna maybe have to do something. Oh, I can't while I'm racing, apparently. Alright. Well, that'll be fine, hopefully. Now, 25% length races for ovals and 13 for road courses, I believe is what we're going to do. This is the last NASCAR game that has the playoff format. As it stands, the winning you're in format. Because this year they're kind of going back to the chase format in a way. Where every point matters now. So like last year, in 2025, if we would have had 16 different winners, well, nobody with a high amount of points would have made it into the playoffs because, well, winning mattered more than points did, basically. But this year, points matter more than wins. I mean, yes, wins matter because, well, obviously, you get the most points for a win. But, well, if you do well on the stages as well. But, hold on. My microphone's out of place. Just now realized that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Anyway, I hope you could all hear me through all that. But, yeah. So, like, let's say, I don't even know what the maximum amount of points you can get is. 60? Maybe? I know it's 10 for stages, and it might be 40 for wins, or 45 or something. Something like that. 50 maybe? I don't really remember. But let's say, like, Reddick, because he's been on fire lately. Not literally, but, you know, Tyler Reddick's been doing really well lately. Let's say Tyler Reddick leads every lap at every stage. Wins both stages and in the race. Maybe not leads every lap, but he wins both stages in the race. That's going to give him the maximum amount of points compared to second place, which will probably change a lot during said race. Also, I kind of need a drafting partner here. Please help me out. Thank you. Anyway, as I was saying, hoping my recording software that I use, OBS, can handle this. I can't really change anything now. But, so yeah, we're just kind of looking for consistency and wins is really what I'm looking for. I mean, honestly, but the flaw with the playoff format, let's look at, let's take for example, I don't know, Bubba Wallace. Let's say, because I believe it was last year that he won, either last year or 2 years ago that he won at Indianapolis, the Brickyard race. Let's say that he had that win, but he sucked every other race past that. He wouldn't make it into the playoffs. Or he made it into the playoffs because of that win, knocking out a high points driver that had a more consistent run the entire season. Like, let's say William Byron. I don't really remember what the playoff grid was like last year, but I'm just kind of using an example. Like, let's say Bubba Wallace wins up Indianapolis race, and Byron has a very consistent finishing inside top 10 all but one race throughout those 26 races before the chase, or before the playoffs. but he doesn't make it in because he doesn't have a win, and Bubba Wallace does. Now I'm not shitting on Bubba Wallace. I'm a Wallace fan myself for a little bit. I think he can drive. He's pretty good. I think he's getting too aggressive. Which I know that's kind of weird coming from me. If you've seen my videos and how I drive. It's weird hearing me say that someone else is getting too aggressive, but I play video games. I don't really have any real life repercussions of racing the way I do. I'm racing against AI. I'm not racing against real people. Where he's racing in real life against real people, and he's being super aggressive all the time. Which, I mean, I get it. You know, you want to go for every position you can. You want to get every point you can. That's the name of the game this year. Points, points, points. That's what it's all about again, which is the way it should be. I honestly think we should get rid of all the chase format, playoff, well, whatever have you. I think all that bullshit should go away. But, that's neither here nor there. I don't remember what I was even saying. But, like, I just feel like that the winning you're in format kind of really fucked up a lot of things for a lot of drivers that were like really consistent throughout a season but did not have a win. And there were 15 or 16 different winners that season, and they didn't make it in because the one race that they sucked, they finished like dead last or in the 30s, barely getting any points at all. So it's like, especially if there were 16 different winners in a 16 car playoff field, like, through 26 races, I just hit my microphone, didn't mean to do that, but through 26 races, you're liable to see many different winners. So like, especially because like there's road courses, short tracks, big tracks, intermediates, miles, different shaped ovals, like street circuits nowadays. Like, you have all these different track types that we're racing on now in NASCAR. Back in like 2014, we had 2 road courses: Sonoma, Watkins Glen. That was it. Most of the tracks were D-shaped ovals, which they kind of are nowadays too. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of tracks are same shape but just different lengths. Oh shit! I'm sorry, Oreo. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to pad out the silence here. I mean, when people talk about the golden era of NASCAR, I really wasn't around for it. The golden era of like the 80s and 90s, 70s, even before, maybe like 60s even. Like, I wasn't around. I'm 25, going on 26. Oh, we've got a caution. Wonder what happened. But I'm starting on the outside line now, which kind of sucks. It's alright. Already 14 minutes into this and we're in the end of the duel. Good lord. Okay. But we are coming close to the end of the duel, so. Oh. By close, I mean we're on 2 to go. Are we about to see Riley Herbst win a fucking duel? Oh, that should be interesting. Herbst and Hocevar. OBS. I hope you realize I can't really turn down my graphics setting right now. OBS keeps telling me encoding is overloaded. Probably been playing the game. Pretty much almost not even a year old yet. Oh shit. Oh shit, I'm... Oh, I just took out a lot of people. Oh, Jesus. That was stupid of me. That was stupidity on my part. That was my bad, guys. I apologize. I was trying to get down low to block a little, and it did not work. Alright, well. Let's try and not do that again. That's why I hate starting on the outside line, especially on drafting tracks. Or definitely on drafting tracks, but on other tracks it's not as bad. Anyway, yeah, like people refer to like the 90s, 80s. Oh, fuck. Get up the track, asshole. Gregson, piece of shit. Come on, guys, what are we doing? Why are we going so slow? Busher. Busher, you piece of shit.
Top 10, nothing wrong with that.
Busher, you're an asshole. Maybe if you would have got up the track a little bit, I wouldn't have fucking wrecked you, you dipshit. Well, I guess we're gonna finish 7th after starting on the pole for no fucking reason. Fucking Chris Busher's a piece of shit.
Time to go now. Fire it up.
50 laps here in the 500. Oh, we started on the pole anyway because I qualified first. It didn't mean shit. I do have stages on. Okay, cool. So, we'll probably pit after this stage because we'll have 34 laps to go. And we can make it to the end on fuel. And most likely make it to the end on tires at that point. Alright, well. See how the actual 500 goes here. Gotta bring that up so you guys can see who's running around me. Even though if you watch NASCAR, you most likely watch the Cup Series more than anything. So you probably already know most of these guys. Ooh. I've never used OBS to record NASCAR 25, so hopefully it works well. We're not getting all 60 frames, oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn down settings for the next race at Atlanta for sure. Ooh. Is that right? So if you guys notice stuttering, my apologies. Nothing I can really do about it because OBS is kind of being weird right now. I should just stick with NVIDIA for this and use OBS for everything else, but it's alright. Hopefully it'll be okay. I should block the outside line, but I don't want to leave the inside line vulnerable. So that's when I really start getting fucked over. Points start to matter now. Is that Castroneves all the way from the back of the field up to 5th in 3 laps? Not fucking bad. Oh yeah, Castroneves, that's what I would like to see. really hope we do get another NASCAR game this year for my racing. Because, I mean, NASCAR 25 is not terrible. The road courses and short track, like road courses, are the main thing for me of like, what the fuck they were thinking with this. But other than that, I mean, road courses, I don't really, other than that, there's really nothing wrong with this. Yeah, there could be some new features, I think, obviously. Could always, obviously, be new features in these games, but whatever. We're always going to be wanting more from developers and publishers and all that, so I think for their first attempt at a NASCAR arcade game, it's not bad at all. It's kind of like with War of Outlaws in 2022. Their first dirt racing game was not terrible. And then they really amped it up with Outlaws 24, which is my favorite one, obviously. I mean, there's like how many videos of me playing it on my channel. Just doing like career mode and championship stuff and this and that and the other on that game. I absolutely fucking love that game. So I'm really hoping we get another Outlaw game or NASCAR game this year. Either one would be good with me. Oh, fuck. Okay. Hold her here. Hold her here. Trying to get in front of Logano. There we go. Okay. That could have been a lot worse than it was. We are fine. We're back up front. We're back in the lead. Drafting tracks are really going to be my Achilles heel, I feel like. I'm going to turn down graphic settings after this race is over. We may go up to 50% length races, depending on how short these videos are. I may stick with 25, I don't know. I'm planning to stick with 25, to be completely honest. Now, if I'm running like Truck Series or Xfinity, I might do 100 for those. Maybe 50 for Xfinity. But other than that, that's about it. 100 for ARCA and Truck, 50 for Xfinity, 25, and 13 for Cup. So 50 and 25 for Xfinity, 150 for Truck, 150 for ARCA. And the 50, the ones that are lower, are road courses. I can't fucking stand road courses, but I still want to give you a decently sized video, like in terms of length. I don't want to have a race be 5 minutes and then that's it. I don't want it to spend, 5 minutes doing a race and be like, oh, okay, that's it. I want to give you guys something to sit down and enjoy for a little while. Just witness my rage at road courses for about 25 minutes and then me giving up at the end of it. That's probably what's going to happen. God damn, even in NASCAR 25, Tyler Reddick's a fucking menace. What the hell they got on the hood of this? The hood of those 23XI cars. Or those 2311 cars. God damn. I'm cheating yogurt, I tell you. Oh, I know there's probably going to be people in the comments. Oh, he's only doing good because of the lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't know if that's the case or not. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Reddick was coming to his own last year with 2311. And now I think this year with the new system, the new format of everything, I feel like he's it's kind of his time to shine. I think he's finally come out of his show with that 45 car. I think he's been in it since, what, 2023, 2024? Oh, obviously, the 23XI, probably, I think they did win. The 2311 did win that lawsuit, so I'm sure they probably poured some money into the car, but that's the thing with these cars. You can't really... What the fuck? iRacing, go away. I did not ask for you. Anyway. Yeah, that's the thing with the next-gen cars. Nobody can really touch them. NASCAR pretty much has complete control over these cars. So for the people saying that, oh, well, they 2311 probably did something to them, they really can't. They're all running the same chassis, same body, basically. They can maybe fuck with the aerodynamics a little, but I don't really think that would do much. I don't see how they'd have this much of an advantage other than just pure fucking talent. I mean, we're not back in the stock car days, but we're back into a series of everyone's kind of on an equal playing field again. So it's I don't get why people are saying that 2311 is fucking with their cars, because they really, at least to my knowledge, they can't. And if you guys know more about it than I do, I'm not a NASCAR guy. I don't watch it really anymore. I keep up with it a little bit. I like to see who wins and like to see the highlights of it, but I don't sit down and watch a NASCAR race anymore. I really haven't after Jeff Gordon left. After Jeff Gordon retired, I really lost interest in it. Especially after Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon both retired, I kind of lost interest in NASCAR. Actually sitting down and watching it. Like I say, I still keep up with it on social media. I like seeing the highlights and the wrecks and all that. I don't really like seeing the wrecks, but it's, part of it, obviously. Especially at these drafting tracks like Atlanta, Daytona. You're going to see a big one. A lot of fans go to these type of tracks for that exact reason, to see a big wreck happen. So, I mean, what was the next gen? I really don't like the way this car is. I feel like they could have maybe worked on the Gen 6 a little bit more instead of jumping to a new car entirely. They could have done some more stuff to the Gen 6, because we really didn't see a lot of injuries with the Gen 6 like we do with the Gen 7, the next gen cars. Because Bowman had a concussion from it. I feel like there was a couple other drivers who had concussions from these cars, from hitting the wall so bad. From hitting the wall. Obviously, no car is ever perfect. Look at the car tomorrow. That thing was as safe as it could be, but it was fucking ugly. If they would have made it look better, that would have been as close to perfect as they could have been. 2008, Michael McDowell with Texas. You know the wreck if you've been around NASCAR for a while. In qualifying, his sway bar snapped or something. Something snapped, and it sent him into the outside wall hard. Flipped him over at least 4 or 5 times. He gets out of the car and waves to the fans like nothing ever happened. Next gen car, you're probably going to be leaving with a concussion. He was completely fine after that wreck. That's just how safe the car tomorrow was. But it's the same thing as me saying the Gen 6, they could have added some more safety features to the Gen 6 instead of going to a Gen 7. They could have added stuff to the Gen 4 to make it safer. and kept the look of that car. Because everybody loved the look of the Gen 4. At least I did. I thought it was one of the best looking NASCARs. We're gonna squeak out a stage win. Holy shit. Austin Centric tried. No, they're not pitting this lap. Okay. We still have 22 laps of fuel, so we're probably gonna pit this next stage. Yeah. But I really feel like they could have kept the Gen 4 car. Honestly, I feel like the Gen 6 might have happened, maybe at some point, but it might not have been the Gen 6. That might have been the Gen 5. We probably would be at Gen 6 now with this car. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs in NASCAR. Davey Allison's a big what if. Dale Earnhardt's a big what if. Alan Kulwicki. Roy Allen. Like, there's a lot of what ifs. Mark Martin. The racing gods hated Mark Martin for whatever reason. For some reason, the racing gods told Mark Martin to fuck off. Every time he would get close to a championship, something would happen. Or a big win. Daytona 500, 2007. Coming to the checkered flag. Kevin Harvick barely squeaks a bumper out ahead of him at the line. Stealing a win. A surefire, a massive, surefire win in the Daytona 500. Stolen by a thousandth of a second or something like that. Championship stolen by a few points or by a few hundred because of some bullshit penalties. Mark Martin is the big what if in NASCAR, in my opinion. Carl Edwards. Same thing with Carl Edwards. He's the Mark Martin of the 2010s. What if he never had that, he never did that stupid move at Homestead in 2015 or 2016, whatever it was, that he had a chance at winning the championship. I was really rooting for him that night too, and that was even when he was in Toyota. And I've never been a fan of Toyota in NASCAR. I don't hate them because they're, Japanese. They just won all the time whenever I was watching. Them and Chevy were like the two big ones that were winning all the time when I was watching. Ford would win a lot too, obviously, but not as much as Chevy and Toyota were. Especially Denny Hamlin. I don't really like Denny Hamlin that much. But Hamlin and Jimmy Johnson. I never really liked the two of them that much. But I'm getting off track here. But like, what if Edwards never did that stupid move? Trying to block on a restart, like a very late race restart at Homestead in 2015, I believe it was. He probably would have been champion that year. I feel like Carl Edwards could have been a Cup Series champion. Mark Martin could have been a Cup Series champion. The racing gods just told them no. The racing gods just hated them for some reason. I really wish we could have gotten Mark Martin in this game. Like a Mark Martin car, because oh boy, I would be using that car all the time to try and win championships with it. But I'm really hoping to pull off a championship with Hocevar here. Yeah, like there's a lot of big name what ifs in NASCAR. Martin, Edwards, Kowicki, Allison, Davey Allison, that is. Another thing I want to say, I want to mention, Richard Petty. People call him the king, which I understand. Do you guys really think he has 200 legitimate wins? Because there's one story that I've heard from Slapshoes, I believe it was, that tells me he should not have 200 wins in his career. I forget what race it was. I'll have to probably try and find that video at some point again to watch it, but he had an engine that was like way bigger than allowed, but they let the win stand because it was his 200th win. Now, if we look at Carl Long in 2008, 09 Daytona 500, forget what year it was. It was at least late 2000 because there's a Gen 5 car for sure. It was the car tomorrow. It had the spoiler on the back, not like an actual. It looked like it had like a GT spoiler on it almost. Whatever kind of spoiler you want to call that. Anyway, I'm getting off track here again. He had an engine that was like 0.001 cubic inches too big, and NASCAR slapped the fucking book. They threw the book in his face. And he bought it off of Ganassi. Ganassi would have known it was too big, but he sold it to him anyway. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Ganassi didn't know that it was like barely too big. But they find a small team owner so many $1,000, I think it's like close to 100,000 or something like that, for a mistake that anybody probably could have made, because he didn't know it was like 0.001 cubic inches too fucking big. It was some stupidly small number that wouldn't have made much of a difference for a Carl Long car, because they didn't really have the kind of funding to have a good car, and that's just the truth. But yeah, they threw the book at him. But with Richard Petty, oh no, he's got 200 wins. This is his 200th win. We gotta let it stand. And his engine's like massive. Massively bigger than it should be. Or than it's allowed. Excuse me. And then we have the infamous Daytona 500 versus Dale Earnhardt's story. My God, that man was cursed. Danhausen put a curse on him. Until 1998. Dale Earnhardt's time at Daytona was fucking cursed in the 500. I tell you. From hitting birds to having last lap tire blowouts to having some other bullshit happen in the race, he could just never get that 500 win. Finally, in 1998, the impossible happened. He pulled off the win. There's actually some good racing here in this race. Oh shit. Some brick. So please give me a little bit of room on the bottom because I'm coming back through, brother. 5 to go. And my voice is going out. Holy shit. At least we're on another stage of this. But at least we'll have like probably 16 to go or something like that. We won't have too many more laps left in this race at least, so that's a good thing. But Yeah. We'll definitely have to pit after this stage because I don't see that we're going to make it to the end on the fuel that we have. Tires are fine. Tires will be fine. I'm not even going to change tires. I'm just going to take fuel. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping we can pull off a championship with Hocevar here. Yeah, I'll probably stick with NVIDIA to do these videos with. I need a drink. Give me a second. Either that or at least turn my graphics settings down in NASCAR 25. Hopefully not overload OBS. My god. Jesus. Yeah, we're 3 laps away from stage 2 ending. I don't know why I'm losing my voice so much here. Not like I'm really yelling or anything. I'm not getting mad. So it's not like I'm straining it too much, at least I don't think I am. Yeah, I'm just kind of... I'm hoping you guys will enjoy this series that I'm doing. Road course races might be a lot shorter than I'm anticipating, depending on how it actually goes. I'm going to try and do 13% for those, but I don't know if that's going to stick or not. Ovals will definitely all be 25% length races, no matter what. Road courses might be shorter. Then 13%, I don't know yet. White flag is out on stage 2 now. I do have another series in waiting for the Cup Series here. The Crown Jewel event series, which is all ovals. It's like a 6-race series. I may just do like very short races for that, just to maybe do it in one video, instead of making a playlist of 6 races. Probably what I should have done for the SRX, whenever I did the Stadium Truck series, but whatever. That's probably what I'll do for this though, is I'm not going to take that. We're going to do 1 can of fuel. We should be good. Should let me in the lead. Yeah, we're still in the lead. Cool. Tires are not really going to be a factor in these drafting tracks, I don't think. Other tracks, most likely, will be a factor, but tracks like Daytona, Atlanta, and Talladega, I don't really see the tires are going to be a factor too much, because we're kind of just full throttle, not really pushing the car or the tires too much, unless we have a wreck, obviously. But other than that, there's really no... Tire wear really isn't a factor on these drafting tracks. this video will be about an hour long. So with everything we did in this, which is not terrible for qualifying, duel, and then a 50-lap race. So I'm kind of okay with that, actually. So I think 25% of where we're going to keep it. This episode should be about... Oh, we got a caution. Caution. Probably should be about 40 minutes or so, depending on where we're racing. Maybe. I don't really know. 35 to 40 minutes, I'd say. Oh, that's going to knock a couple laps off. We now have 14 to go. Ooh. Alright. We had a hell of a good fight here at Daytona if we don't win this race. Won both stages. Hopefully going to finish in the top two. Finish first or second. Or third even. Hopefully going to finish on the podium. At least. Or at most. At least top 5. At most I want to win. Jesus Christ. Most I want to top, but most I want to win at least in the top 5. That's kind of my goal for this one. Encoding overloaded. No shit. It keeps on me. To get here. Alright. Whew. Yeah. Foot sliding off the pedal a little. Good now. It has not lifted this entire race other than through the stage race and cautions. Yeah, like I say, I apologize for the stuttering in this episode. I'm either going to turn down graphic settings or going to use NVIDIA to do this. I don't know yet. Probably going to turn down graphic settings or figure out what to do in OBS to fix this problem. Probably going to turn on graphic settings in NASCAR 25 itself, just because it should be fine. I'm not even sure who won the 500 last year. I might have to look into that after this race is over. Was it Hamlin? Did Hamlin pull it off last year? I don't remember. Who won this race? Hold on. Now I'm kind of... Well, no. I don't want to waste too much time. So we still got 10 laps left in this. We still got 25 miles left. So I don't want to... But I mean, if you guys want to cause some more cautions, that's fine with me. Shane Van Gisbergen up here in top 5. Hell yeah. The Kiwi doing really well. I believe, was this his first full year? 2025 or was 2024 his first full year? I think 2025 was. Because now, oh shit! Oh, Almendinger into the wall. We got another caution. Bowman now up to third, it looked like. That's going to knock a couple more laps off. Alright, well, they're really trying to make this race shorter. We have 6 laps remaining now. Obviously, like I said, this is the playoff format of from this time it started to last year when this game came out. So obviously you'll win and you're in as long as you're in the top 30 in points, which is where I'm going to try and stay this entire 26 race stretch. I feel like on ovals will be fine. On road courses it's going to be a little bit iffy. This will probably be the only video I do tonight because of I'm not feeling my throat's my voice is kind of going out and my throat's not going very well, but tomorrow I will do another episode of this or go back to the SRX game or something. Jesus Christ, hello Elliot, how you doing? Surprised you didn't want to try and help out your Hendrick brother there. And Bowman. Jesus Christ, guys, what are we doing? Another caution. God damn. Alright, you can stop now, that'd be great. What I should have liked to complete this race tonight. Oh shit. Should be 2 to go? Yep, 2 to go. Alright. Now, if we do get a caution on the last lap, then it's over. And either we'll be the winner or not. I don't know. We've had some natural AI cautions in this race. Quite a few, actually, here in this last stage. It's like, what, 2 or 3 now? So, yeah. Coming around to take the white flag here. Whatever happens after we take the white flag happens. White flag is out. It is an official race now. We're either going to complete 49 or we're going to complete 50 laps here. Do not know yet. I've had wins stolen from me by 1,000th of a second in this game. Yes, and I don't think I have video evidence of that, but I'm being serious. I have had wins stolen from me in this game by that much. But I think it's going to happen here at Daytona, maybe. We're going to bring Carson Hocevar a Daytona 500 victory. Hell yeah. Whew. God damn. And that's pretty much that. That's right, William Byron won a Daytona 500 last year. Alright, well, We start off our season with a win. 65 laps here. And then we go to our first road course after this, and then Phoenix, Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville, Darlington, Bristol, Talladega, Texas, Kansas, North Wilkesboro, Charlotte, Nashville, Michigan, Pocono. I'm going to hate that one. Echo Park again, then Chicago, Sonoma, Dover, Indianapolis, Iowa, Watkins Glen, Richmond, and Daytona for the Coke 0400 to end the regular season. Then Darlington, Worldwide Technology, which is a shorter and flipped Darlington basically. But it's a shorter race for some reason. Bristol again, New Hampshire, Kansas, Charlotte, Vegas, Dega, Martinsville, and Phoenix to end our season. Take a look at the point standings. We get 60 points for that win. Cindric second, Chase Elliott third. Top 5 is there. Top 10. Top 15. Right there's your cut line. John Hunter Nemechek right now, your final driver in to the playoffs, but by one over Buescher. But obviously we're only one race into 26 for that, so it's not really going to matter. Top 20. 21st through 25th. 26th through 30th. 31st through 35th. And 36th through 40th. Alright. Well, with that, I'm going to end this one here. I'll see you guys for Atlanta. Peace.